So I thought you'd be interested. I'm trying to do the tarot card Major Arcanum as the guy.
Yes, I do, and I highly approve of it.
So, with that, hello everybody.
Oh
Hello.
shit. Hi.
Yep, we're live. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dale, with art by at the art of _Jen, and the map software being Tailspire, and the story and artwork of all the monsters and stuff done by Wizards of the Coast, and which is under Hasbro. Yay!
Is it really under Hasbro?
Yep, it's really under Hasbro.
Yeah,
I
I think they
didn't
got
know
bought
that.
out. Yeah, I think they got bought out.
Yep.
Oh,
Anyways, so last we left off, Dearaen, the Tiefling Bard, Sho Val, the Human Rune Knight, Tok, the Half-Orc Eldritch Knight, and Mordin, the Tiefling Ranger, delved into the Kelvin's Cairn mines to help the local dwarves out with their kobold problems so that they could potentially work out some deals for a upgraded equipment
Everything
and
went to shit.
possibly a cleric to help get Sho Val's tongue back. And so we left off with our adventurers mildly walking away from a Grell's lair and then running into two kobolds that were poking a giant rat with their javelins. So, I need everybody to roll initiative as we start our little escapades.
oh. Okay.
What map are we on?
Gem mine.
Gem mine.
You're on the right one.
Well, I clicked on my character and it's...
Oh yeah, you have to mess with the
that's-
map. You have to mess with the green bar.
Oh yeah.
As I sit here and change the music into
Muzak?
Muzak. Skirmish.
Oh,
in the
mistress of the DJ booth, present us with music. Oh my god, no one pulled above a 15.
Oh no.
Initiatives doesn't really matter, but...
I'm surprised.
Correction, 22.
What?
So we rolled initiative.
Tok is the dice god this time?
Yeah, just the
So,
one.
start.
Okay. Oh, I'm seeing the
Okay,
previous
so,
initiative rolls. I'm sorry.
Just think of a
I'm
parody
going to
of-
zoom out just a
play that
little bit
funky
so
music
I can
white boy,
get
but no.
everybody. So you can get things going. First up,
parody
we
of
have
play that
Tok.
funky music white boy,
We
but
have
with
that kobold. We have Kibbles.
Kibbles, kibbles, kibbles.
Kibbles is with you. Followed by
Yeah.
Dearaen.
Alex's
by
self-insert character.
Now you bought them, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to have a little companion that can also help out?
Yeah.
You were the one that made them awakened.
I was originally I was planning on awakening Kibbles when I got the chance to, but then Alex went ahead and did it herself. So,
Okay,
so yeah.
why can't I add you to the turtle?
What?
Doesn't a regular awakening spell only last a little while?
Yeah, but the creature can then choose to keep the effect of like speech and such.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now I know. While she's setting that up, what was it? The Major Arcanum. I was thinking I can pull some gods from different pantheons to kind of fill in the gaps of stuff I don't want to make up from scratch. Like the Emperor and the Empress can just be Tiamat and Bahamut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Sounds
There we
good, my
go.
dude.
There we go.
Egg rolls.
Nah, they're just... It's the game's rename of the thing, so it's technically different.
Still sounds pretty similar, so yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, they would not click opens. So,
Weird.
but they're basically the same thing. So, Tok, it is your turn. What do you want to do? You have some monsters kind of floating up behind you. And 2 kobolds that are screeching and looking fairly hostile in front of you.
I'm going to charge in to where the kobolds are, and I think I'm going to fire off a firebolt at the first one I see. So I'll say...
Taking bets, folks. Will it hit? Nothing against
Shut
you.
up.
Just firebolt.
I know.
I
It's
think
like
it hits
how
you, but firebolt.
Yeah, it's like how Shattered barely does any damage.
17?
Ooh.
A 17 will hit.
Woohoo!
Which one are you firing at? The
Leave
one
me
that's
alone.
closest to you, or the one that's farther away from you?
The one that's closest to me.
So,
Like, there's 2 on the far table, 1 on the closest table.
Yep.
For some reason, I cannot see those.
Because they're around the corner.
Oh yeah,
18.
my character's just slightly out of the way. Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
What is it? Wait, what is it? Like, nearly dead?
Yep. That kobold just goes.
No, it is dead?
Yep, he did. D-E-D did.
One shot at kobold. Hot damn.
I like the way this night is starting out.
Same.
Keep it rolling. Literally.
Okay. So that's your action. Is there anything that you want to do besides that?
How much further could I move in?
You only moved, say, like
10 feet.
Say maybe
So-
move like that.
So you got like
Yeah.
20 feet left.
yeah, because you got at least up through.
Right where you're at.
Alright, I'll just be where I'm at.
Right about there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he is out of the initiative. Boink.
Like,
One second.
Oh yeah, Joey.
yeah.
Dad will be joining you tomorrow. He forgot his phone at work.
Oh no.
So this kobold is actually going to like see the see that what you did
And
And
be a
kinda like-
coward. One way.
yelp, and is going to kind of pull one of these numbers. So it's actually going to run just around your thing. So running around you so that you're not in, so he doesn't provoke an attack with opportunity. But just run away, run away, run away, run away.
And scatter.
He's gonna Monty Python it.
Kibbles is going to turn around and look at Dearaen. We have people behind us. Should I fight them?
Looks back at tentacle monsters.
Oh shit.
Not those ones.
From a distance, yes. Don't get close.
Yeah. Do you have anything that'll hit him from a distance?
Kind of turns around and does that ice chomp thing again. And so this grill. So the first one looks like needs to give me a.
Also, Alex is playing against yourself.
Yep, I'm playing against myself.
Yeah.
I've had to do it so many times during Stride,
con-
it's not even funny.
Constitution saving throw,
If it's Frost, then yeah, Constitution.
which it saves. With a 19. So, Dearaen, it is your turn.
To the kobold or the grell? Kobold or grell? Ah.
Which is more deadly?
Probably the grill.
Kobold in numbers, but grell at the moment, probably. So
Which Grell or the Kobold running could get more numbers.
that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm gonna play it smart, and I'm gonna do the kobold. So let's see.
Kibbles is riding on your shoulder, so.
Okay, so Kibbles is riding with me. Okay,
Kibbles is riding on you.
okay, thank you. So I'm right about there. Kobold within range. You want a little bit of fire? Now how about a little bit of ice? Yeah!
Oh no.
And that fucking wand! I deserve that for that voice!
Yes, you fucking do.
Okay,
LOL.
roll damage.
If I hit Kibbles, I swear to God. Four.
Okay. Tok will take 2 points of cold damage as the magic you attempt to shoot forward kind of goes in this weird, like, cone.
It like bounces off the wall.
Yeah, a little bit, and kind of nicks Tok. But Tok is off getting food at the moment, so we will just keep moving. Mordin, it is your turn.
Yeah, I just look over to Tok and be like, Zali!
What does Mordin want to do? You notice the creatures kind of floating behind you.
Oh, I
About
was
30 feet
walking
away.
backwards. So I'm keeping an eye on them the entire time.
Yeah, and they've been keeping about 30 feet away from you.
Ever since battle has started, I've stopped. Does it look like they're moving forward still? Closing in.
A little bit. It seems like they're hesitant, waiting for an opening. But I will give you a insight check so you can actually determine that in character.
And
Yeah. That's good enough. You can also give me a Arcana check, I guess. If you want.
Devin.
Yeah, never mind.
No.
No, not really. Yeah,
Give me a second.
these are very foreign alien creatures to what you're used to hunting and whatever. So their tactics
Literally.
seem, or what tactics you might assume are significantly different than what you would expect. Or
14 to hit.
I'm assuming the first one, which is
Yeah.
okay. Let me go back to my thing. That will hit.
So 11 damage, 1 being psychic. 17 to hit. I guess that would also hit it as well.
Yep. So 11 points of damage. Blink.
And then with the second attack, 13 total, 1 being psychic.
Yep. And it like its tentacles kind of like froth in pain as the 2 arrows hit it in its weird mucousy brain matter. Its beak kind of snipping and snapping at you in like a pained frustration. Sho Val, it is your turn. As I turn the turn.
Alrighty then. Dude, just go. I'm gonna go. Brian. I would assume I would believe not to get close to the thing with a lot of tentacles and just go after the. 'Cause I don't have a lot in the way of distance attacks besides the 2 hand axe I have.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So leaving Mordin to fight the tentacle monsters?
Exactly. I can get. Right about there.
Are you within range?
Everything's in range.
No. I am not in range.
Not
Not unless I get bigger.
Oh.
And
Is that something that you want to do?
Why not?
Okay.
Can the ceiling take it?
Yes. The ceiling is actually about 10, 15 feet tall.
Okay.
So, you can
I
actually
get big and then knock myself out on a stalagmite.
Yeah, I am.
No, it is specified in the spell that if he tries to do it in a limited space, he doesn't exceed the max height of the
Your
thing.
size doesn't change, but you do still get the advantages.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I would believe that I would literally grow the 5 feet.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Okay, 2 attacks. With the radiax. So I don't have this healed up, so let me make sure I don't have that attached.
Okay.
Because I need the 2 hands.
Stoop.
First attack. 17.
17 will indeed hit the kobold.
Plus. That's 7 damage. Do I even need to?
It is still standing, but yelping in pain.
I
Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm so hungry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
So, a total of 11 damage.
Very wounded, but still barely alive. Like, you create like a nice gash down its leg and it's kind of limping forward.
And of course it's the guy who can't talk, that can't say, do you yield?
It makes me feel sad.
Oh god.
Sorry, I just hungry, I'm hungry. I'm sorry, please. I yield.
I kind of make the gesture of like, good. That's enough.
Okay.
What?
You stay.
No, just reaches down, grabs, brings over the rest of the party.
Okay, with
Actually,
that
wait,
it is...
I think you could do that, actually.
With that, it is the Grell's turn.
But, yeah.
It is going to I believe... Here, let me just pull this up. It has...
I'm immune. I'm not a Japanese schoolgirl.
Enough movement to reach you. Boink.
Oh no.
And this one, since its turn is literally right after it, is also going to move up 10 feet, but it's not going to get quite into range, like right there. I lied. It has a 10-foot reach.
Okay.
Oh!
So, yep. So, for the first of a thing, the first Grail is going to make a tentacle attack. It's going to try to grab you a little bit. Getting a 21 to hit.
Okay.
That hits.
Yep. It is going to deal 7 points of piercing damage, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
$19.
Okay.
Ooh.
You are not poisoned. However, you are grappled and restrained until the grapple ends.
Oh god, it's the water thing all over again.
But with poison.
And
Oh.
I need this one to make a saving throw.
okay.
Dexterity, and he's grappled with me, so I think that should be a disadvantage.
I actually don't know the rules of grapple and dexterity saving throws. Let me just double check what it is.
I was mainly asking for DM discretion on that one.
Well, there are actually rules for it. It's just one of those, like, I don't remember it off the top of my head. So I'm checking.
Best way to look it up is under actions on a player character. You can just, like, right-click on grapple. Or left-click on grapple. Under actions in combat.
Okay. Okay.
Anything moving, a grapple creature.
One side is larger than you and must be within your reach. Using at least one free hand, you try to seize the target by making a grapple check instead of an attack roll. Grappled condition. See conditions.
Well, yeah, I think this is just DM discretion.
I'm gonna say. Well, you're the one that's technically, restrained, not it.
Yeah, but
So...
it's attached to me.
He's using Hellish Rebuke.
I understand. Here, what I'll say is I'll give you the masterwork on the damage roll, but it's gonna get a straight roll on the save.
Okay.
That makes... Which I got an 11.
Oh, it failed anyway.
Yeah.
So what
So
am I
you-
adding to the damage?
So no, what you do is you roll the damage twice, and I'll take the higher of the two,
Okay.
just as the penalty.
2d10 fire damage!
Oh, I just realized what I needed to buy now that I get Stipple's Codex.
Well, first one was a 10. Wow. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Ouch. So yeah, it'll take the 10.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. However, because you are grappled and restrained, the Grell gets to make advantage on attack rolls against you with its beak.
It's still alive! No!
It is still alive, although mildly charred. How's a 15 fare?
It does not hit.
Oh. Okay. The other one is going to make a melee weapon attack against you. Its tentacles reach out, kind of wrapping around you, and it's almost got like this slight electric tingle against your skin.
It's jellyfish.
There we
Yeah,
go.
kind of, yeah.
Except for like cartoonish jellyfish with the electric, not actual poison, but still poison.
Okay.
This one has advantage because you are restrained.
Okay.
So. It doesn't help when I roll a 2 and a 4. For an 8 total.
No.
And-
He's no heat.
Since you're not within 5 feet, I can't make its second attack against you. So, with that, it is both of the girls' turn. And it is Tok's turn. So, Mordin, are you creating any sound or anything as these two Grell have their tentacles wrapped around you a little bit and attempting to bite into your armor?
With a 16 Constitution, would I have made a sound if I'm trying not to?
I would say if you're trying not to make a sound, you can not make a sound.
And then I did not make a sound.
Okay. So, Tok, unless...
Is Tok back?
Yep.
it is your turn, Tok.
Sorry, Frank, you took 2 cold damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I napped one with a ray of frost and you got hit.
So, Tok, you don't really hear anything coming from behind you, but in front of you near Sho Val, you hear a kobold being very adamant about not wanting to harm anybody. Please, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry. I'm bleeding. Oh God, I'm bleeding. Please, stop. I just want to live. Please let me live.
I'm going to rush over to the cobalt, hearing all this commotion. Come on, there we go. Maybe a little bit closer. And I put a hand on Sho Val to get him to look down at me, and I just kind of like put my hand up like, easy.
I got the message. I was the one that
Yeah.
did the near death blow and like, okay, you're done.
He didn't even take a second attack.
Nope.
I know, I'm just making sure.
Sorry.
May I make
Okay.
a suggestion if it's alright?
Only
Of
if you
course.
say it like the spy.
Restrain him.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
What?
May I make a suggestion?
May I make a suggestion?
That
Restrain him.
Very good.
There you
Yes.
So I just pin him to the cavern floor then?
Or just bring him over to the tables, but yeah.
Alright,
your choice.
You know what? I could put him in a half Nelson and drag him over to the table.
He's already bleeding like crazy.
So what?
I mean-
I said a half Nelson. I didn't say I was going to choke him out.
I will allow, since you have 2 attacks, you can grapple and restrain it, yes. Because grapple is basically an attack action.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say restraining a creature is within that same vein.
Okay, so we'll say I grappled him, got him in half Nelson, and I'm bringing him back over to the table.
Okay.
Who's Nelson?
Someone from his tribe?
Possibly.
Well, you wouldn't get that quite back that far. I'll say you're like right over
Oh,
here.
okay.
I'll say you're like right back there.
Fair enough.
Because you're like right here. Well,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
you'd be like right back here. Kind of bringing a kobold that's like, okay. Perfect. And the kobold, in and of itself, is going to pass its turn in the hopes of staying alive. Kibbles is actually going to hop down off of Dearaen's hood and kind of look back, let's say 20 feet. He's looking, she's looking, going like, oh no, Brenda's in trouble. And Kibbles is, as I try to get back to the right page, Kibbles is going to healing word
What?
Mordin
Yeah. Good job, Kibbles.
for 6 health.
And I'm damn near back up to full.
Kibbles has a stat sheet.
Yes, he does.
Mordin, you got this. Hang in there.
I'm helping.
And it's going to make
Thank you,
the
Kibbles.
Grill make a con save as it attempts to do the thing again, but getting a sick. Actually, it fails. So Kibbles does 1 point of cold damage to it.
Yeah. Go
Yay.
Kibbles.
And it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack it makes, but for the end of its next turn. Okay.
If it lives that long.
Indeed. Dearaen, it is your turn.
Seeing Kibbles hop off my shoulder and looking back, just seeing the faint, just seeing the edge of Mordin just being wrapped around with a tentacle, like, oh shit!
Oh no.
And rush over here, trying not to step on Kibbles because of figure placement.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I will say Kibbles is small enough that you can share space without...
Yeah, I know, just visually. Just trying
No.
to do that.
No, that's
Okay.
fair.
Like, and... I know I'm going to fail if I do the voice again, but I'm going to do it anyway. Looks like you could use a little bit of a brain freeze. 15!
That'll hit.
Because I have a +7 to hit. 14 damage.
The cold kind of arcs its way across the brain matter and tentacles. Frost kind of clinging to the things that are touching Mordin. Even Mordin, you kind of feel a little bit of cold, but not enough to hurt you. But the temperature does drop within your immediate vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your turn, Dream?
It's still alive.
It is still alive.
Then I will give Mordin an inspiration.
Okay.
Inspire!
Inspired! Let's see. How should I do this?
How do you want to inspire Mordin?
Oh, okay. Nah, can't think of anything. Be like, blow it up, blow its brains out. I don't know. I can't think of anything at the moment.
I feel mildly inspired.
And mildly cold and in pain.
No, I'm good on the pain level.
Anyway, go ahead.
Just wrapped in tentacles.
Okay. Mordin, it is your turn. What does our infernal being want to do while restrained?
Right now, kind of
By
vomit.
tentacles.
I mean, yeah, right now, kind of vomit. But
You're feeling tingling sensations arcing across your skin and armor.
I pull out my short swords, if that's all right.
I will allow it. But because you are restrained, your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Okay.
I will say that like you can kind of like pull a
Wow.
short sword from a thing.
Bardic
2 threes.
inspiration.
2 threes. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that
It's
one
a
hit.
D8.
Oh, D8. And
Yeah.
ignore that one.
No, that won't hit. Sorry.
No.
No, I said ignore that one because it's a D8, not a D6. So 16.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration. Yep, that'll hit. Okay. 5 plus 7 total. Points of damage. You managed to kind of get your hands just enough to pull out one of your short swords. It's kind of hard because you're only have your elbow movement available. It's like
Yeah.
wrapping around both of your upper arms and across your chest. But you are able to draw it out enough to lop off one of the tentacles and have it recoil from the damage.
All right, and we're using that little opening. I'm going to try to free myself with
You
a
are
dexterity
still
set.
you're still restrained. It would take an action to
But I get 2 attacks per action, technically.
yes.
Okay.
I will say you can make another attack, yes,
But not use to get out dexterously.
That would require a full action.
it
Fine.
requires a full action.
If that's the way things are going to be, I
That's the
use
way. That's
that's
how
the
the
way
rules
it-
are written. I'm sorry.
Fine, then I'm going to use my own rules with blackjacks and hookers and Misty Step out of their grasp.
Oh!
I'll allow
So,
it.
30 feet. And I cast Hunter's Mark on the one in the back.
Okay, this one is now marked. What color do you want your mark to be?
Acid green.
So I'll go with that.
As close as you can get.
That one is marked.
Typho, I saw what you wrote. No. Fuck off. Fuck off with that.
I want to know. I want to know. I want to.
He says that means
That-
Kibbles can die.
Oh god.
Typo, if you say that again, I'm never cooking for you ever again.
The beef with chat.
Yeah, sorry. Normally I wouldn't call someone out on chat, but no. We love you, Typho.
No,
But
no,
love you, Typho.
not
Love you,
allowed.
Typho. Love you, Typho, but no.
Okay. You still have one more attack option.
I
But
do?
you're still
No,
with swords.
no, I mean the other was another action to cast Hunter's
that-
Mark. So that was my quote unquote second attack. Either way, I'm done. Next person.
Okay. Action economy. You can Misty Step out. Do the you could
Bonus
tech
action.
bonus action is the Misty Step. If you take the attack action, you can do the Hunter's Mark. You have to wait until your next turn.
Well, fine then.
Sorry.
I uncast Hunter's Mark.
I'm just trying to make the rules play as they should be. I'm sorry.
Okay, then.
You technically would
My
have
bow
a
is still in
second
the
attack.
other hand, so I drop the short sword.
Okay. That adds a little.
Wow.
That still
Well.
hits.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Wow. 9 total. Wow.
It is a blob of brain and tentacles. It is not hard to miss. However, what might miss is Sho Val. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna be like, hey, they got this handled. I'm gonna run back, and I don't want to stand. I want to go over there. So head back 30 feet.
You'd be like right next to me.
Yeah, I'd be like right next to you. And I don't want to get in the way. So I will throw an axe and hold back.
Okay.
I will take the one hand off the great axe, pull out the hand axe, and chuck it.
It is...
Oh, a little.
If it's past 20 feet, it's... I don't remember what the range was.
It is 20.
But doesn't he get extra range for being big?
No.
Not technically. So it's technically past 20 feet, it looks like. By like 1.
Yeah.
So, disadvantage. It's not hard to
18.
hit.
It's still a 14.
It still hits. You like managed to clip like one of the bottom of its tentacles.
Okay. 1d6 plus another d6 because huge. So that's total of 12 damage.
Okay.
Is it still fucking alive?
It's still alive.
Dear God.
So, that's one of your attacks. Do you want to throw another axe, or is that it?
I think I'll hold on to the other axe.
Okay.
And yeah, I can't really hold an action, but yeah. I used an attack, so. Moving on.
Okay. Grell number 1 is going to actually keep moving forward. What is the range that it has against? Okay.
He can hit all of us.
He's going to get up just to Dearaen. And this one's going to get right up to Mordin.
Eep.
It is tentacle time!
No, girl, double. No, Giggity. You're not helping.
Okay.
Not trying
so,
to.
Against Dearaen, The Grell is going to make a tentacle attack. Getting a 9 to hit.
Woo!
And since you're still within melee range, it's going to kind of float down enough so that its beak is in range and make another attack against you. Getting a 23 to hit
That'll hit.
with a natural 19.
Yeah.
And you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Anyone seen Archer? Fisherman's Bride?
No.
Yes.
I hear that. God damn it. In his voice.
Yep.
And for Mordin, same thing. Second verse, same as the first. More tentacles, getting a natural 2 for a 6.
No.
And another natural 19 for a 23.
God damn it.
As it leans down and
No.
tries to nom on you.
No, he's not noms.
Getting 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And that will take it to Tok's turn. What does Tok
Okay.
want to do? It seems like the weird beings that almost kind of like flash a little memory within you are attacking your friends.
So it's safe to say I would have noticed them by this point.
Oh, yeah. Earlier, Mordin pointed them out.
Oh, okay.
We knew they were following us before.
Yeah.
I mean, I would notice them that like they're right up in our grill now, basically.
You do notice that they are right up in your grill right now.
Gotcha.
Right up in the grill.
Play on words. Anyway. But
My brain.
In like the grill? I gotta get people back at some point.
Do not provoke psychic damage during a fight.
Fair.
So
Do you have ideas for psychic damage?
Mm-hmm.
No. Stop it!
that's a lot of dice rolling.
That's not even a D4.
Oh, look, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh god.
Oh god, we're all gonna die.
Those were just psychological DM dice.
I know. I was just playing along.
So,
Oh god, we're all gonna
Tok.
die from senility.
So, what does Tok want to do as you're still dragging a kobold along with you?
So could we say that I dragged the kobold along? I was dragging him over to the tables.
You can still drag him over to
And-
the tables.
Right,
It doesn't
but-
seem like your allies are still... they seem like they're holding their own as you kind of look over your shoulder. But
Okay.
it's still one of those, like, danger, danger?
So could I bring him over to the tables and then like
Sure.
kind of take out the hempen rope and lasso him to that thing? One of the chairs, for example?
Sure. One of the kobolds, he's just kind of sitting there like, is that really necessary? Your friends are, getting attacked, looks like.
Yes, but I don't trust you and I want you to stay here for now. And After I would tie him up, could I?
Yeah, give me. I don't know what a good.
Dexterity.
I almost want to say survival, just as like kind of a decent note, not tying thing,
Boy Scout check.
right?
Oh, survival.
Either that, or I'd say maybe a sleight of hand.
I will say survival or just a straight dexterity check.
I'll do survival.
Okay.
15.
Okay. That's a pretty good dot. You feel confident that he is completely strapped to the chair without much room, without getting out with ease. And that is your turn.
Okay.
Kibbles just kind of sitting there. Kibbles is going to is actually going to lash out at the thing using it. Like you can see the fur kind of bristle across it, across her like paws and stuff, and the claws grow just a little sharper, and it's going to just make a claw-ish attack. Getting a 7.
Oh.
Oh, that missed. Oh well. Dearaen, it is your turn.
I use my turn to pet Kibbles. No, tell her she did a good job. No. Let's see. Too close for Ray of Frost. Let's see. How bad does this look? How rough?
The one that's directly in front of you seems to be very much oozing this weird, like, bluish Icarus blood from the stumps of some of the tentacles that have been chopped off. The other one seems completely unharmed.
Fuck it. I gotta do a vicious mockery.
Okay.
So, wisdom saving throw. Be like, well, I can tell you where to stick those tentacles. That's, why don't you just stick it up your ass?
If the thing had eyes, it would look at you very confused. Wisdom saving throw?
I look at him confused.
I know it wasn't my best.
Your beak looks like a canary's beak.
Well, it rolled a 2, so...
And it only needs to be able to understand one language. Doesn't matter which one it needs.
It technically actually does understand a language.
So,
Guess what language it is?
Elephant?
Infernal.
Grell.
Well, it doesn't... As long... The spell says I need to at least be able to understand one language. Doesn't matter which one.
Yep.
So
roll your damage.
3!
If a brain with a beak could look confused and hurt.
And it has disadvantage. Which Sho Val is probably going to kill it before then. But still. And... I still have a bonus action left.
What do you want to do?
Why not give Mordin healing word?
I'm good.
Okay then, never mind. He said he's good.
Inspire Kibbles. No.
You jerk, but I could. And I will.
Oh. How do you want to inspire Kibbles?
That was an awesome try, but next time go for a little bit more of a chutzpah.
Who's a good foxy?
He's in the little scritches behind the ears.
Okay, I'll try again.
Once more, with feeling.
Okay, Mordin, it is your turn.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to think of something for a growl. It's just tentacles and a brain and a beak. I couldn't think of a good insult.
E-list hentai monster.
Can I expend my movement action to drop my bow and grab my dropped sword while drawing my other sword?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So now, 2 short swords. Using bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the one right in front of me. Meow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we
now
swing.
it'll be nice acrid green.
Ooh.
Kijiga.
Holy
First.
crap! Yeah, that'll hit.
Did you really do it?
Second.
I'm rolling a 25 and a 26. Holy crap!
Alright, so here comes
Okay,
the damage. A 5. So a 9. An 8. So we're at 17.
23.
23. And finally, 27 damage in a flurry of sword attacks. And then, second round of attacks. Aw, an 11.
No, you only get the 2 attacks.
2 attacks per action, and I'm using 2 short swords.
2
2 weapon fighting.
weapon fighting says you get to use your bonus action as an attack, but you use your bonus action for Hunter's Mark.
I used. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yep.
Well, fine then. 27 damage.
It's still a really good turn.
I could have done more.
Okay, a bit of contender. Sorry.
And you managed to lop off like a good 2 or 3 tentacles off of this thing, and it's reeling in a sensory pain. Sho Val.
Anybody who just watches, there's just like a flurry of flashing steel.
Ching ching.
Time to mop up.
It's like I just imagine blinking.
Great attack. 20. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
1d12 plus 1d6.
So 14.
14. Is it dead?
Okay. It is not dead, but looking very rough. Like you get a nice, good, solid hit into it. It is. It whatever levitation it has is greatly diminished. It's like almost looking like it's almost just walking on the ground with its tentacles.
I basically come down from the top and just crack it with the
Yeah.
blade of the
It's still
shovel.
alive and still twitching, but it's looking very rough.
Second attack.
That'll hit.
17 hit.
Please,
And that'll kill it.
Oh, 14. Holy shit. 17.
That'll kill it.
17. Yeah, I crack it down the second time and it's
Yeah,
open like a lobster.
Yeah, its beak and brain matter just spill out all over the floor. This weird bluish Icarus liquid oozing out all over the ground.
It's
However-
like when you crack the tail of a lobster.
Yeah, a little bit.
Things are tanky. Damn.
Well, to be
And-
fair, their AC is very low.
It hit my turn.
Okay.
Kill it.
So
Dude,
that...
we've just been rolling really badly.
I mean, I did see a few ones in the damage slot there.
Yeah.
The other Grail is going to continue its onslaught of Mordin.
What?
This one getting a 10 to hit. And
Miss.
a 12 to hit.
Miss.
It's like flailing against you, but you're dodging left and right and parrying with your swords and pushing it away.
And I cut off most of its tentacles, so it's...
It's still, it's not looking like hurt by any means, but its movements are becoming a little bit more easy to read.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're dealing with it with relative ease. Tok, it is your turn. As you're watching your allies quickly making soup out of a brain.
So I'm going to... Come on. There we go. Come on over here. Join the fight. Finally. And from behind Dearaen, I'm gonna raise my hand and send a firebolt at the last grill.
If you now want to hit me,
It will get a little bit of a cover bonus. Not much, but just because you're trying to shoot through an ally.
but if you not want to hit me, I will not blame you.
I was gonna say, fire that one to hit you. Karma.
Yep.
Okay, so go for it.
Oh, that was almost in that one. Oh, wow.
Oh.
You got lucky.
It's okay. I
Okay.
got fire resistance.
Yeah, good for you.
The,
Okay, 18.
18 will indeed hit.
Rolling damage. 11.
It sets a flame.
Burn, baby, burn.
But it is still going.
Alright, do I have that one more attack, or is that it?
That one's an action. Cantrips are an entire action.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why cantrips are used instead of like normal attacks are because they also scale with the kind of like attack action level, if that makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
it's technically casting a spell. So
Yeah.
right.
you get something.
Fair enough.
Also, you guys get something later on that'll.
At level 5, it increases to 2d10. At level 11, it increases to like 3d10. It gets a little dumb later. But it does scale really well.
And
the Kobold is going
Elder
to do
Knight's,
its thing.
yeah.
The Kills is going to actually run up.
I'll say it later.
Do its thing.
Get him! Get him!
Kibbles is going to make an attack. Getting a 16 to hit. It like pounces, it like jumps and pounces on the thing and just biting into its tentacles. Getting a 9 points of acid damage.
Acid?
Yeah. You kind of notice this kind of weird acrid ooze dripping from Kibbles' mouth.
Yum, yum, yum.
She's an elemental.
And you can see the grill is not looking really hot at the moment. Other than, being on fire.
Yeah.
Beyond that, it is Dearaen's turn.
See, I'm gonna take Sho Val is a vase with that B listing. I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery again. And I'm gonna say, you're such a low tier tentacle monster that even the schoolgirls find you disgusting.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And watch how it succeeds this one.
How's
Oh,
an
jeez,
8?
yourself.
An 8? Oh, cool.
An
Cool.
8.
2d4 psychic damage, which is a 4, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. 4 damage. Okay. That finishes Dearaen's turn, which moves us to Mordin.
Bonus action. No, I'm not going to do anything. Mordin?
Mordin swinging for the fences,
Miss. I miss.
but he does indeed miss with a 9.
I want Kibbles to get the
The
kill.
second swing hits.
Second swing will indeed hit.
Alright.
Give me
Did you
that
go?
damage. Give me that damage.
Kachika, Kachika.
Jesus. 18.
18 total. And then just the one swing with the regular sword for the second attack. Yeah, that's a 19. And then they
Okay.
do it all over again. Unless it's dead.
So do you have two weapon?
9.
Do you have two weapon fighting as a fighting style?
I do. Action in combat, 2 weapon fighting.
It's an actual fighting style. It basically says if you're using your offhand to attack on your bonus action, you get your modifier on top of the damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have that, but
Okay,
Yeah.
so I will minus 4 damage from your total then.
Yeah, that's one of the things. that's a
But
bit
you still get to
confusing.
roll the 1d6 plus 1d4.
okay.
So go ahead.
So this is just 5, and then
Yep. So 11 points of damage.
It's not bad.
It's still pretty good.
but this was the beginning of the second attack.
No, your first attack was a 9.
Yeah, and then the 4 was my offhand.
You
The-
get 2 attacks per action, and then if you swing with your offhand attack, it's on.
Okay,
your
so now I
bonus
got
action.
one more offhanded
No.
attack that I.
You only get the
Don't-
one offhand attack. It's dumb. I get it. You're
you
going
just
off
said
of 3
per
point.
attack.
No, it's not per attack. It's 1 on your bonus action.
Alright.
That's how it works. Trust me on it.
Alright, so how much damage did you take on that one then?
It is looking very rough. You did a total of 18 plus 11, so 29 points of damage in this turn.
Okay.
Still pretty damn good.
Still pretty damn good.
Okay.
And Sho Val, it is your turn.
Turn.
As our big stumpy human goes stomp,
Oh.
stomp, stomp. Bam!
Flank.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get a +2 to hit.
Big man hit hard.
Just curb stomp this son of a bitch.
Power drive it.
Yeah, that'll hit.
21. 1d12 plus 1d6. Just useful because so total of
8.
8 damage on the first hit.
You take it down a good chunk. It's looking very rough.
Oh, 11. Did an 11?
11 will not hit.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 off.
Yeah, Joe, you basically get a total of 3 attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. The Grell will go.
I only get 2. Because I'm not using anything that is offhanded.
Yep. Well, you're also using a two-handed weapon, so
That
it is going to make an attack against Kibbles.
No, you fucking won't.
However, it has disadvantage because of a thing
Gibbles is
that you just did.
small.
No, because
The vicious mockery.
because the vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Yep. However, it does hit
Are you
with
sure
a
about that?
15.
How-
Unless you
what's-
have a
wait,
reaction. That
I do. Cutting words. Not
Okay.
my kibbles, you bitch.
All right,
Okay.
Molly Weasley.
okay.
And let
what
me
did-
see.
or Ripley.
What did
That-
cutting words do?
Pretty much, I can, as a reaction when a creature that's not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet, makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. You can expend one use of Bardic Inspiration, roll the die, and subtract the number from the creature's roll.
Okay.
Let's see. So I have to roll a d8.
Okay, so roll me a d8.
-7 to that roll.
Okay, it misses.
That was a good roll.
Thank you.
God damn.
Not my kibbles, you bitch.
Oh, that's right. Ripley was get away from her, you bitch.
Same energy though.
Same. And
It's kind of flustering out of desperation and is going to attempt to make one more attack against Mordin.
Bring it, bitch.
Getting a 10
and
to
to a
hit.
small Ukrainian woman.
A what?
A 10.
9. Niet.
And that will be that. Tok, what do you want to do? It's almost kind of like spinning around, kind of like whatever stumps of tentacles left, looking frantically, almost kind of for a way out, but it feels trapped.
Yeah, so it's like spinning around in circles, flailing about wildly.
Mhm.
That about it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
And
Butterbolito?
Fuck. Oh, got my net one out of the way.
Okay, roll damage.
I accept this.
Roll damage?
Roll damage.
Just roll the damage.
Nice questions.
4.
Okay. Because Kibbles is still kind of biting onto it, Kibbles is going to take 2 points of fire damage.
I jump in the way.
Oh. No, Kibbles, no. I'll never forgive myself.
The kobold is going to not do anything, and it's going to be Kibbles' turn. Kibbles is going to attempt to keep nomming into the thing. Getting an 11, but it's going to use the D8 inspiration it got to get a 18 and 7 points of damage, which kills it.
And he gets all the XP.
Kibbles.
Kibbles just kind of like starts just almost kind of like a
Final Fantasy victory dance.
almost like a rabid animal just clawing and biting into the thing as it's like kind of floating, and it eventually crashes to the ground. It's whatever psychic energies keeping it aloft fading.
After Kibbles kind of calms down from the rage, I just pick her up and be like, Good job. You did such a good job.
It was trying to hurt you, so I wanted to protect you.
I give her a hug. And then, as soon as, while I'm hugging you, you're like, oh, wait. Prisoner. Look back to the kobold.
Kobold's just sitting there.
Like,
as I take us out of initiative.
And I.
I was
And
really
you
hoping
go.
Kibble's got the last kill on that one.
I was expecting more to talk to, but apparently not.
You forget the firebolt curse.
Just because we got rid of it for a second doesn't mean it still doesn't exist.
Wait, are we actually taking prisoners today?
That remains to be seen.
Well, if they cooperate and
FDFO.
and tend to be a reliable source of information and a good Samaritan, no, they will not be a prisoner.
I can take you to the rest of the group if you want. We don't mean any harm to anybody. We were just kind of hungry, and there was a we were attacked, and the as I pull up my notes here.
And I raise an eyebrow to Dearaen. Are we going in sign language? Are we going to adopt an entire group of kobolds as children now?
Silent back. Maybe.
Truck's gonna explain. He's just down the mine.
Can I?
Mordin answers as well. They would come in handy in a battle against this frosty person,
And signs
whatever
back.
her name is.
And we actually did learn the name at some point. And sign back. Like, they actually could help the dwarves as well.
Old of you to think that I would remember a name.
It's in my note. Got
No,
that.
I'm being in character right now.
Yep. Okay, where's my note? Where's my note? Where's my note?
Mordin may be wise, but he still only has an intelligence modifier of +1.
I have +0. Oh, real. Okay, let's see. May I do an insight check on the kobold?
Give me an insight check on the kobold.
Okay. Fuck. That's a 6.
Best as you can tell, it seems earnest in its intentions.
19.
Thank you.
Mordin, it is saying what it can to keep itself alive.
So you only want to stay alive until we reach all your friends and have them kill us.
No. Okay. My friends. Okay. Still
Deep
breathing alive.
breath.
Still breathing alive. Okay. Ow. Okay. My friends, they are deeper in the cave. We were running from an attack. And then we got into the mine. And then the short human thingies, they saw us and then they were like, ah! And then they left.
We heard that one of your people might have wings. Is that true?
Trex. That's Trex. He's the one you should talk to. He's our leader. Okay? He's just further down that way. As he's kind of like nodding towards the direction he was attempting to run in.
Yep.
I pull out.
You see, this red kobold is just seemingly in pain from a long strike. You can see kind of blood kind of pooling down the chair and almost looking a little bit delirious.
Okay,
I
oh, I got it. I got this.
Okay.
I do 1 cure wounds
Okay.
on Kobold, and he only gains 5.
Okay.
But mainly kind of to staunch the bleeding, and I pull
Okay.
out rags and tie up his leg, or the gash, wherever it's at. And I hoist him up onto my shoulders and say, point the way. I sheathe all my weapons,
He's still kind of tied to the chair.
and then I untie him from the fucking chair. And hoist him up
Okay.
onto my shoulders. And I do have one hand on his still kind of wound. I press on, it's like, don't betray me.
Okay, I won't betray you. I'm sorry. Okay, just talk to Trax. He'll explain everything. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just turned that way. Okay.
If things turn out all right, we'll heal you all the way.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
and look back like, sorry about your friend.
Kibbles is just like sniffing at him and
The pile of ash.
no,
It's just like
the live one. The live one.
It's alright, Gibbles.
It is.
We have this.
Kibble seems untrustworthy, or untrusting. But
I don't trust him either.
You know what? That's fair. Our kind has been not great in the past, but okay.
I don't know. Some of your kind helped us kill a mammoth.
And we traveled with a few of the white-scaled ones not too long ago. We actually are friends of kobolds.
It's just,
So,
it's just you kind of gave off a threatening stance to us.
We're just really hungry, okay? We've been stuck in a blizzard, and we haven't had food for a while. Okay.
so since you can't exactly put models on models, I'm just gonna have
yeah,
the
I got you.
thing just kind of start going this way.
Oh god, my game is lagging. Okay. Thinking about food, look back to one of the girls. Look to the 2 fighters. Can you guys drag one of those with us?
I just squinted at him and just slowly shake my head.
No.
One-
Explains they said they were hungry. If they want food, we just killed those.
They're poisonous.
Yes, but do we know that they actually eat them?
Well, Mordin just said they were poisonous, and he's the only one who had to take the Constitution save, so I will trust him on that one.
So, as you kind of enter in, you kind of see this shaft with this bucket hanging across a rope, leading off into some of the different caves. You can kind of see a weird kind of like glow across the way. And if you kind of look up a little bit, does anybody have dark vision slash...
Yes.
We all have dark vision.
I think we all do.
except the human?
No, we
He
gave him
has
the
it with the owls. The owl
goggles.
eyes.
The goggles.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, got goggles.
The one I traded that wand of the War Mage for.
Underneath the wooden bridge that you crossed over earlier, you see two kobolds attempting to saw down the supports.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
One of them just looks down. Huh? It is still really loud in this chamber because of the waterfall.
Yeah.
So they can't hear us?
Do you have like thaumaturgy or something?
I do, and
Yeah.
I can use it.
So I
We
will
both
say
do, yes.
I will say that you have to use thaumaturgy in order to like drown out the sound of the waterfall.
Alright, yeah, I do so. Like, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
One of them just almost jumps and almost loses its balance, its grip, and kind of like flusters for a second, and then just like quickly wraps its arms around the beam that it's holding onto, and they kind of shakily look across the cavern.
You all right?
And you kind of, from what you can kind of tell over this, as you're just looking across the chasm, you see the kobold go like, "Hi," but you can't exactly really hear it over the waterfall's downpour of water.
I just imagined like
But
but
it's like you know that like caught in
Hand caught in the cookie jar.
yeah.
I just imagine like Hyde saw behind back and just kind of does like that slight tilt.
Like you're not like used to reading lips, but from what you can kind of tell is like that's about the same vibe that you get. It's like, oh, hi, how's it go?
Why don't you come down here? We were going to have a nice talk with your leader. What was his name again?
It's Trax. The kobold that you're holding says.
Thank you. We're going to have a
TRPX.
talk with Trax. Come on and join us.
Oh no!
Okay. And the two kobolds kind of like shimmy their way across using ropes and claws and whatever else. And you are led into... As I mess with the map a little bit here. Down just enough. Where's that? Okay, come in. To kind of do one of these numbers. And looking down into the pit, it's kind of like you're like doing that, you know, in like some like parkour games where you can kind of like shimmy across the edge of something. It's almost like that. Maybe a little bit wider, but it's still very like you can look down and it just goes into nothingness. Like it, you can't even see the bottom. And as you enter into this room, I will say I'll have Dearaen back up a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, no, that was just because I couldn't see my figure.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Sorry. Let me just double check if I'm missing any. Okay, so the tunnel's downward slope ends where it opens onto the center shaft. A wooden walkway extends from this opening and then runs westward to another tunnel in the rock. In front of you, a large bucket like the one you saw earlier dangles from a taut rope that stretches southward across the shaft and is connected to another wooden platform 15 feet away. And you did notice the two kobolds, and they're kind of... that they were attempting to sabotage the upper structure. And okay, that's it for that room. So as you kind of walk into this room and the two kobolds kind of meet you and you usher them forward,
I do so kindly.
yeah,
Just putting that out there.
I'm saying like you let them go first is what I'm
Of
saying.
course. Oh God, yes. They're going first, but
As I'm
most
trying
of
to
them
find my
kindly.
kobolds. Where did my kobolds go?
Oh, the kobolds.
Okay,
While we're doing
so
this, can I use a cure wounds on myself?
You are allowed to do that, yes.
I will do that. Just want a little bit of healing, and 6. That's good. That's better than nothing. Lit. Okay.
So, as you enter into this area, you see, lurking in the dusty tunnel are what would have been 3 is now 6 kind of skittish-looking kobolds, one of them carrying a threadbare satchel and wears a fake pair of dragon wings made of thin wood and tattered white cloth. He's kind of like raising his hands in a like non-threatening way. We mean you no harm. Please don't hurt us. And I'm going to pull up the character art here in just a second. So, as you're kind of entering into this area, as soon as my computer decides it wants to do its thing, I'll get the art to you. Is there anything? Ah! There it goes. That's that on stream. And in the Discord.
The Discord or the stream. Oh, there. I see the stream one.
Boink. There you go. That's what you see.
Honestly, those still look kind of cool on his aesthetic.
Yes. You see these kind of like furs and leather pouches and fake wooden wings. He goes, "Hello, I am Trex. I am the de facto leader of this band of kin. We don't mean any harm to anybody."
Then why were the supports being sawed off?
The everlasting winter has made the wilderness unsafe for my kind, and the preternatural cold dulls our wits. We only want a place to stay so that we can keep out of this horrible weather. We can work, we won't cause trouble. We were in the foothills of Kelvin's Cairn, and we sought refuge in the mine after being chased out by a yeti. The local miners, the dwarves, they spotted us and thought that we had ill intentions, and they ran off before I could explain anything to them.
Alright. That still doesn't explain the sawing of the supports to get down here.
As I said, we were just trying to find a place to stay.
I signed it, Dearaen. They wanted to close off the entrance and stay down here. Kobolds live in the underground permanently.
Okay.
My brethren, as he kind of like takes his hands and kind of like points like open-armed towards some of the kobolds that are kind of like peeking around some of the holes and stuff. They are familiar with the mine and underground, whereas I have been attempting to convince them that there are settlements that can provide us with a little bit more safety and protection.
Yeah, there is actually.
Yeah.
There's a old frost giant's cape that actually has, if you guys are hungry, mammoth meat still in, and a whole bunch of stuff that is edible, and we actually know the kobolds there personally.
Yeah. Did any of your kind break off from this group?
There might have been a couple.
What was there, about 3, 4 kobolds in the ice lodge?
Yeah, there was 3 of them.
Okay. Forgot to write down their names.
You did.
I wrote down the white kobolds' names, but I don't have the red ones. Yeah. It's either that or we can somehow convince the dwarves to let you work for your stay. And if you're worried about those 2 tentacle beasts up.
There were tentacle beasts.
Yeah, we saw a set of kobold. Well, I don't know if we did the check to learn what they were.
But like I said, the dwarves that were inhabiting these mines and the small compound up above, we had arrived and sought a little bit of shelter, but when they noticed us, they fled the mines with great haste, so as to crying things about cave-ins and whatnot, probably assuming that we were to be the cause. But
may I do an insight check?
please do.
Because just want to make sure that he's not just bullshitting us. 12.
So close. So close.
Oh, I know.
So close.
Thank you. I do charisma-based checks.
Once more, Mordin comes to Dearaen's Dearaen's aid.
Dearaen, you're just fascinated because this kobold just has some really impeccable.
No.
Really
I'm disappointed that it was not actual wings. I'm still too focused on that.
Well, it's not actual wings and a surprisingly good vocabulary from the kobold. In relation to all the kobolds you've ever met. However, Mordin, you can tell that whatever Trex is saying, it's off and almost lying. But
the dwarves
but the mention about the going to some of the settlements seemed very earnest and truthful.
So the dwarves say that they left here because they believe you guys were going to cause cave-ins? All right. Let's try that again. This time tell me the truth.
I've never known a dwarf to run.
What he signed.
And to punctuate a point that I know that he's lying, I do press my thumb into the wound of the kobold that is still on my shoulders.
Trex. Okay. Please, tell them what's going on. Okay?
Trex's face kind of becomes a little bit more stern.
My head just kind of cocks a little bit to the side. Go on.
Okay. My actual name is Janth Alawar. These kobolds had happened upon this satchel probably about 2 years ago. Actually, no. I got that mixed up. 2 months ago. Yeah, okay. This item contains my spirit, as it were.
Okay. So they're carrying your phylactery.
In a manner of speaking, I would imagine, but not like that of the Wizards of Undeath. No, I am less tied to the material world as one of those. This body is meager at best, I suppose. Let me start from the beginning. I am a sage of kinds. You'd probably know it more as like a medicine man or
Apothecary?
Shaman?
Sage, that sort of job, as it were. I've devoted my life to cataloging the flora of Icewind Dale. However, we had a terrible run-in with a Yeti, and needless to say, I've not exactly had a body since then until these kobolds. And he kind of like points to himself, Trex included, happened upon my satchel, and I've carried it along since. It is a task that I have been devoted to, in a manner of speaking. It's become my life's work. It's a thing that I want to see continued.
Let's see. Is there any kind of check to see if I've heard that name, or to see if not, see if he actually is still telling the truth?
You can give me a history check.
Oh goody, another +1. Ooh, dirty 20.
Jesus Christ. You can see the change in demeanor and the astonished look of some of the other kobolds just looking at him like, who the fuck are you and what have you done with Trex? Kind of thing. And you can kind of tell, and you have heard of stories of a, almost like a druidic type that, had come through, probably through at least like Bryn Shander and stuff. Because researchers and stuff are relatively common to come through East Haven, and you've probably heard some of the dwarves and whatever talking during their like poker games or whatever, and drinking nonsense of like, hey, ever see that one guy again? The one that was trying to look up at the plants. Almost in a kind of
condescending.
Condescending, demeaning way. It's like, who the fuck looks at plants?
I do.
The best stuff here is the ores underneath the ground. It just that kind of vibe. It's like, yes, he was here. Yes, he existed. But it's one of those things where like,
they thought he was great.
It's one of those like, enough of a character to be noticed, but not much beyond just the casual conversation of who he was or what they was trying to do. And you can see the kind of kobolds like pushing the satchel just a little bit farther away from everybody, from all of you. It just kind of like shifting it away, so it's like kind of being protective of it.
Okay. So I can tell that he's actually telling the truth.
That would be another insight check.
Okay. I will do so. And fail at it. Watch. I told you! I told you! Why? I need...
This guy's just such a dirty liar. Like, he's lied to you once and now he's just trying to fake it.
He went to Bard school. He's lying to me.
Does anybody else want to give an insight?
Please.
Yes.
For some reason, my insight is horrible. No matter... It could be like a +7 and I would still roll low.
19.
Okay, Tok, like, you notice that shift and it seems very, straightforward. It's one of those things where, like, the normal, the normal guise has been dropped and is just kind of in a, hey, like, looking at all of you, it's almost in a kind of like a, okay, I can visibly see your strength and I can visibly tell that being untruthful will get me nowhere here, so I'm going to just be straightforward and truthful with all of you. If that makes sense.
Yeah, he knows he can't weasel his way out of this.
Yeah, he can't weasel his way out of it. So, like, you can kind of like see that change in demeanor of like, okay, this is what's going on. Somebody give me a Arcana check, actually.
Can do that? Yeah.
Don't know shit.
Mordin, I'm going to give you advantage.
That's not really going to help me, but...
Better.
Natural 20.
Woo! Way
Sho
to go,
Val,
Dearaen.
why? Sho Val, why?
What have I done?
For some reason, it popped up that you tried to hit him.
Okay.
I didn't touch him.
I don't know why, but it showed up 21 for a great accident.
I don't
think
know.
you're just lagging.
No, I think you're just lagging.
Probably, I'm gonna
Mordin,
reload.
I will
okay.
say, Mordin, you kind of get that little like cold itch at the back of your skull. Dearaen, you dealt with something of this kind before. It's a ghost inhabiting the kobold's body.
Oh. It's like, I just kind of look at him and be like, have you ever heard the tale of the White Lady?
Excuse me.
I just looked to the rest of
No.
I just looked to the rest of the party.
Mordin just stops and looks. No.
I just look at Mordin and be like,
1 second.
yep.
I need to pull up a thing. Give me a second. Intelligence. It's a little bit before my time, but I heard mention of it when I was passing through East Haven.
Yeah. She had possessed one of our friends here, so I think that's the same thing going on with you.
In a manner of speaking.
Alright. Okay.
Granted, I would probably not like to be in such weak of a body, but I would like to continue my work, as it were.
Well,
The whole point of being dead is that everything is done. Whether you want it to be or not.
Well, the whole point of being a ghost is that they have unfinished business.
yep. Let's see. Just kind of like look at.
I will say, like, for somebody from the ethereal plane, it's still like surprisingly self-aware, but like in a like weird sense.
I just look at Janet. Was it?
Yes.
Sorry.
Uh,
I
Janth.
wrote it down. I wrote it down. I wasn't. Huh?
Janth. Janth.
Okay. Whoopsies. Okay.
Janth
Myself.
Alowar. Janthalowar.
Okay. I look at him and be like, how about this? If you come with us and we speak with you on behalf to the dwarves, you can see if the rest of the kobolds will stay safe, and then you can go off and continue your research. All the kobolds will have to do is just do a bit of work down here with the dwarves, and they'll and more than likely they'll get some food as well. Food, shelter, and honest work. Sorry, what was that?
A good day's living.
Exactly.
I think that is amenable between the kobolds.
Yeah.
And the one that you have kind of like hopped over your shoulders is like, okay, yeah, we can work something out with the dwarves, I guess.
Looks at the kobold that's in pain. Yeah. Insight, just to make sure, because we know the spirit is going to be like, yeah, okay, just anything to get us out of the situation.
Well,
the kobolds,
the spirit's more just inclined to get to civilization.
Yeah.
That you've gathered. But you can give me an insight check, yes.
Pretty much like insight on the rest of the kobolds, essentially.
They seem skittish just as like a general insight. but
30-20.
the one that's in pain seems like it's like a uneasy trust, I guess. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I just kind of look.
It's
look
more
at
like normally we don't get along with dwarves because of reasons, but because they don't like our style and we don't really care for their style, and it's just kind of like it's like this weird feud of just like not liking one another.
Okay.
But it's one of those like, well, conditions as they are, I'm more happy to work alongside something until the bigger problem goes away.
Yeah. See. Well, as long as we don't have to do what we originally sent down here to do, then I think we can give it. As long as we can convince the dwarves.
We can work with dwarves, right? Yes. Work with friends, not foes. Good. Yes. Let's take care. Let us be friends with the small ones, the small humans, right?
I don't think they really want to be called small humans. Just call them dwarves. They are kind of picky about that.
Yes. Okay.
Just look to Mordin. You're like,
It's still one of those like still like the one kobold's just kind of like still like you can still kind of like feel the you know when like you have like your like a really bad Charlie horse or something.
Yeah.
Kind of feel where it's just like you try to put any weight on it and it's like pain shooting through your leg and it's like yeah, can't walk. Okay, ow.
Yeah, just look to Mordin, give a nod to set him down.
I do set him down gently.
And then I'll give him
it kind of like leans against the wall, kind of like harboring kind of like trying not to put weight on its leg.
Yeah.
Like the wound is healed over to a point where it's not bleeding out, but it is still in a very much a tender
I gave him another cure wounds
spot.
Give me a few minutes.
up, or do you want to do that?
And
It's less about like actual wound and it's more
a 19 to make a crutch.
Sure.
Medicine check 19, make a crutch. A kobold-sized crutch.
Yeah, there's some like spare wood and stuff lying about. Then you can fashion a small crutch and
Thank you. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
You're all right, Tiny Tim.
God damn it.
and some call me Tim.
And it's like, okay, let's go. And as I just like take a slight step forward, be like, oh, yeah, you might want to tell them to stop trying to break apart the supports up there, or try to repair them, or else that'll just put you in worse favor with the dwarves.
Right. Okay.
They should have left some tools down here.
Why don't I...
Trux or Janth kind of goes, why don't I have all the kobolds just stay here and don't do anything until I come back, and I'll have 1 second. There are names? Okay. The 2 kobolds were named Grick and Smol.
Did we kill Grick?
Grek and Smol.
Oh,
you can choose whichever one. You can choose which name was killed and which name was wounded.
I say we keep
Rick.
I say we keep Small. So Grick is the one
Yes.
who died.
I smiteth him.
Yeah,
So, who's alive?
Small.
Okay,
Because he is small.
Smol.
Anyway,
Small.
so while we're escorting everyone up, I'm going to go let a dog out real fast.
Okay. Okay. As I put that into my notes.
Always
Greg
important.
is dead. Huh?
Always important.
Okay. The Trex kind of goes to the other 2 kobolds. Goes, Vought, Zerk, I'm going to leave this area to you, just for the small point. Please, just don't do anything. Scorpthwip, just stay here and don't touch anything. And they're like, yes. Okay. We'll be good. Scorpion thwip.
Yeah.
Okay. And Trex is going to Janth is going to kind of start leading you back along the way, and is gonna kind of come back out to the small wooden area and kind of like point across the way. We noticed some shiny bubbles or something across the way, but we're more concerned with building a base of operations, as it were.
Yay.
There might be something useful over there, but that's up to you. I don't mind waiting if you do want to search over there really quick.
Figure it probably still belongs to the dwarves.
No, it almost looked like a skull of some kind, and there were some like fancy crystals in there too. It almost had like a small aura of some kind.
Back at Mordin. Do you think it's worth exploration?
The bucket transport is stable at the moment. There's like a small rope and pulley mechanism used to transport manners and ore between the two platforms. A crank mounted on each platform allows the bucket to be shuttled from one side to the other. A person inside the bucket can forego the cranks and pull themselves across by tugging on the suspension rope. The bucket is large enough to hold one medium creature or two small creatures, and it takes 1 round for the bucket to cross the gap between the platforms. You can tell that doing any significant amount of damage to the rope will cause it to snap, but it, for the most part, seems pretty decent at the moment. And none of the rest of the kobolds, other than Smole and Trex, are kind of standing off to the side and nowhere near the rope nor the hand cranks. And they don't seem threatening at all. If that is something that you would like to look at.
I wouldn't mind going over and taking a look.
Okay.
I leave the big shovel and the big shield with Mordin and Tok, so I don't have extra weight.
Okay.
Even though I am a small person, I still have kind of heavy armor on, so I don't want to chance it.
That's fair. And you can just kind of grab yourself over. It's easy.
Okay. I first go to the one open area.
Yep. That's the one that the Trex looked at. So, looking into that one, a fossilized skull partially juts out of the east wall of the small cave, 5 feet off the ground. The skull has larger than normal eye sockets, a curious ridge between the eyes, nothing that would pass for a nose, and 4 small holes where one would expect to see teeth.
Have an image of this?
Unfortunately, maybe. 1 second. I don't have any official art, but I can find something.
Okay.
And you kind of notice a you notice what would appear to be like a small like a glowing from within the skull. And so I pull up, because I actually found some decent art. Here it is. Boop. Into the Discord and into my stream. This is kind of an approximation of what it looks like. That is kind of what you see in the
Did you literally just type up Mind Flayer Skull?
Roll me an Arcana check!
Yes, man. Come on, roll high. And that's a 6.
You have no idea what this is.
Some weird looking creature. But it's glowing on the inside?
Mildly, yes.
That's abundance of caution. I'm gonna.
I mean, if you want to wave someone over.
Yeah, I'll wave Mordin over. As this looks like something's crazy enough that he might know. Like, come on. Wave.
Okay. Mordin, do you want to go, or do you want to shove Tok across the way?
I'll go. What do I need to roll? Just...
You don't need anything to cross the bridge.
I go.
Okay. Shoop-a-da-boo. Okay, so, Mordin, you see the same thing described in the, that I described earlier.
The heck is that?
I'm back.
Okay. Sho Val found a weird-looking skull in the, wall of a thing across the small gate thing.
Chasm thing.
Yeah.
I walk by and I grab from Sho Val's belt one of his trowels
Okay.
as I walk past him.
Okay.
I allow this to happen. I'm not gonna make him do a sleight of hand. I'm just mad.
Oh, I wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Just
No,
one of
that's
those,
fine.
Get up to my belt. Like, what are you doing? Grab.
Is the skull have an elongated back end portion?
There is art of it in the Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I kind of find a nice place underneath the chin or on the side that I can kind of wedge the trowel and try to pop it out.
Give me a... Oh, what's a good skill for that? If there was like a...
Probably best would be either strength or survival.
Line of hand.
I would say... no, I wouldn't say that. I would say... I'm thinking almost like a dexterity kind of deal as you're like trying to finagle it.
Wonderful! Dexterity check? Dexterity? You said dexterity, I'm gonna roll dexterity.
No, I'm just trying to think, because it's also like, well, you're also trying to like pry it from the rock or something, so it could also be like strength.
Well, fine, I'll just see if there's any that make it start moving.
It does not move on its own if you start trying to pry at it, but as you kind of, I'm not even gonna make a check out of it, actually. I'm gonna say that as you kind of like start trying to try to pry it a little bit, like it almost starts crumbling at your touch.
Can I see what kind of skull it is?
Yes. If you decide that you wanted to cross over as well.
Yeah, sorry, came in late. Don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's fair.
So what kind of check?
Arcana. Mordin can also make the Arcana.
God fucking damn it! Me as the player knows what kind of skull that is. Ah!
Mordin knows.
Do I know enough to backtrack and not touch it?
You know that this is the fossilized remains of a Mind Flayer skull.
Ooh.
Tok would also have advantage on recognizing what the skull is as well.
Ooh, Mind Flayer.
But Tok doesn't want to be over there, now does he?
Does he hear? Does he hear
He's
Mordin
like, no.
say Mind Flayer?
Not
I do actually say that out loud. I say, ooh, Mind Flayer.
I immediately start to look pale and start backing up and say,
You're across the chasm that you can't hear over the course of the waterfall.
Depends. Does Mordin still have thaumaturgy on?
Only less than
Does Mordin want to call across the chasm to talk?
Not really.
Okay.
Not going to do that.
Dearaen hears that, be like, what the fuck's a mind flayer? Out loud. Enough for Tok to hear.
You are being drained out by a waterfall. It is really, really loud.
Damn you.
You said that.
Was there anything else in the cave besides the skull?
Besides the skull and what is inside the skull, nothing much.
I continue to try to get it out.
Okay, I'm going to move on to that other... sliver of light coming through.
Okay, so easy enough. You kind of tap at the skull a little bit, and it just shatters and falls away. It's one of those things where it's like it's so old and so brittle that it just like the slightest a decent amount of force to push into it just makes it fall apart. And inside of the skull is a bluish crystal. And
Gonna regret this later, but and for now, I'm gonna pick up the crystal.
Okay, you can add a psi crystal to your inventory.
Oh damn.
PSI.
Not SYE.
PSI crystal. No, if you picked up an PSY crystal, you'd be doing the Gangnam dance for
Alex? Nem?
Yes.
Take a d4.
No.
Oh. Okay, Kibbles takes a d4 points of damage.
No!
automatically negated.
Which
3 points of damage.
I jumped away at the psychic damage.
No. Okay, you said blue, so alright.
It doesn't actually say in the thing, but
It does. It says purplish.
oh, is that supposed to be?
There's like 4 of them.
Oh.
And they each do different things.
1 second.
What does the book say?
1 second. Because it purplish inner light. Okay, yeah. I lied. It is a purplish light.
You didn't lie. It was just ignorance. Got it.
Okay. I did not read the entire description. It's the DM's fault. It literally just should be PSI crystal. Okay.
Does anyone know what the fuck that is? Hello?
You need to have somebody identify it.
No Arcana check, just okay, yep, okay.
So, I was looking through the Arcana thing, and it basically just...
Which effect did you get?
It allows you to, like, recall lore about spells, magic items, other symbols, magical traditions, the planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes. But it doesn't actually tell you what items are or what they do. It's just one of those things where, like, oh, hey, if you know what the magical item is, you can go like, oh, hey, I remember this one famous person that used it before.
Okay.
In this way, kind of deal.
Right. Just kind of look at it and be like, maybe the dwarves know something about that.
Possibly. Or maybe not.
Okay, so...
I'll just take the first one.
I will send you a copy of what you should add to your thing, but I just don't know what it is, if that is what you're doing. Okay.
Okay, but anyway, we walk back.
Anyways,
start going up, and as we're going back past Tok, be like, hey Tok, apparently Mordin found a mind flayer skull. You know what the fuck that is?
While you're doing that, I'm gonna jump over to Sho Val, who went into a different area.
I'm sorry.
You look into a different room. There's actually not supposed to be
lit up.
It shouldn't be blocking your. It shouldn't be blocking your path. You look in and you see what would appear to be a room full of sparkling geodes, which greet you as you enter the cavern. The gems are partially exposed in places sticking out from the walls like glassy shards. The floor rises near the eastern wall, leaving a natural ridge with stone ramps leading upward on either end.
Pretty.
Give me a flat intelligence check. I would say appraisal, but that's not in the game.
Yeah, it's a 315.
I think that's a cantrip.
16.
Okay. 16. You can tell that any intact geodes are probably worth around 10 gold. And there appear to be maybe up to 50 in here. That you can kind of tell in between some of the rocks.
No, I'm not much of an art collector. Or a rock collector.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to collect a bunch of geodes that the dwarves might just go right around back and say, no, those were ours. They were in mine already.
Oh no, the DM is typing. We're all gonna die.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the room?
Nope. It just what seems to be stuff of relatively good money. Depending on how many people you want to spend picking at it for a while.
Probably not.
But otherwise, you can kind of start making your way back out.
Yeah, I come back and like, hey, I found some pretty rocks. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you make your way out to the top of the cavern, that is where we are going to end the session for tonight. Because it is getting a little bit late for us, and we've been streaming for a little bit. So...
Almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty good. So, with that, our adventurers are going to eventually make their way back upstairs and see what awaits them at the Dwarven camp next week. So until then, have a wonderful night or day or what have you, and we shall see you next time in the frozen north of Icewind Dale. Cool.
No.
Goodbye.
Adios.